Family, good morning. Kyle Henderson, Bama football on YouTube. Could I get a roll tide inside the comment box? My goodness, this is going to be an action-packed show as always. It is Thursday. It is December 11th. I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you so much for kicking it with me this morning, every single day live, 10 a.m. Central Time, or as news happens right here on Bama football on YouTube. Yo, yesterday, how crazy would you say that yesterday was on a scale of 1 to 10? Okay, there's going to be a lot of interaction today on the show. I'm going to talk to you guys a ton on the show. On a scale of 1 to 10, how crazy was yesterday in the world of college football? I'd say about, a 9 or a 10? It is crazy all the things that have been happening over the last, 11 days. We literally have not had a breath. And so I'm like at my office, on my desk yesterday, and I just happened to see Sherrone Moore fired. And I'm like, what? So, I'm like, all right, wow, this is monumental news. And the thing is, I really didn't officially connect the dots that DeBoer would be their number one guy. But I kind of assumed just because, DeBoer's been the number one guy for Penn State, all this sort of stuff, which I never really believed. But so I look at the news and I'm like, wow, that's big. I should just post a quick little video on it. And then I saw, major news sites say that DeBoer was quickly on their hot board, almost like they already knew, right? They had stories ready. And I was like, oh my goodness. So I had to get a video on that. And I was like, man, this is so crazy, where we're at, right? And then as we got kind of going and we're talking about, all the what could be's and all sort of stuff, then you see that Sherrone Moore is arrested. And you're like, oh, my God, it was crazy. The ending of yesterday was just absolutely wild for the college football world. And I was looking at, some statistics out there, and it was pointed out that out of the 136 programs in the country, right, that 21% have had new coaches. Isn't that a mind-boggling number to you that we've had that much turnover in college football? And you kind of wonder, why people are so quick to change coaches and all this sort of stuff. And I understand the cause and that sort of stuff. That makes sense. But I think also it's people are, the college football playoffs really turned the heat up on everybody. Because it used to be if you make a bowl game that had a little bit of prestige, right? You were interested in it. Right? You made the Holiday Bowl or whatever it was. There was a little bit of prestige. But now, if you don't make the playoffs, the bowl games are meaningless. So I think it's kind of turned it up. The SEC has certainly made things super competitive. Getting to the top of the SEC is almost impossible. And here we are with the coaching changeovers that you never even thought of before. So now you quickly look at kind of the headlines going into today. Sherrone Moore fired. He was arrested. Kalen DeBoer is their number one target. And as you guys are pointing out inside the comment box, and as we'll discuss, just because there's interest one way, it might not mean there's interest the other, okay? So we'll go through all of that today on Bama Football on YouTube. The latest odds from Bet Online have DeBoer at 4-1. Okay, they've missed on these things before, but it is what it is. We'll also talk about the Ty Simpson rumor. Has everybody heard this on Ty Simpson? That he's hurt, right? Have you guys seen? It's everywhere. It is so crazy right now where we're at, kind of debunking rumors, talking about things that are happening. It's look, I'll go through over everything with you. I promise you. It's just they're man, his back, he's bulging disc. He could barely walk. He's on a cane. He's barely limping through. I want to talk about that, and I want to ask you a question. So all that and more right here on Bama Football on YouTube today. And I appreciate you guys supporting the channel. I appreciate the super chats. I appreciate you guys being here on Wake Up Bama. That is released. It's been very popular. That's a segment that goes out at 4 a.m. It kind of recaps everything and kind of get your day started. Do you guys, who does Wake Up Bama? Let me know inside the comment box. It's a good way to start your day, I feel. So that goes out. It's very consistent in the delivery, and the drop is at 4 a.m. every single day. All right, yeah, it's crazy. All right, yeah. So, yeah, someone said that Ty Simpson has tuberculosis. Yeah, right? It's every single thing that somebody texted me, and they were like, it's his ribs. So more on that in just a second. All right, article out right now. on 247 Bama. And there's a great article. I encourage you guys to go check it out. And this is a quick pull quote from it. It says, you got to bring your A game. Remember, fam, while we're going over all this stuff, they got a game. They got a playoff game. Playoffs. There's a playoff game next week, okay? And we're talking about this. So let's just talk about the playoffs real quick, okay? Coach Kalen DeBoer said this, you got to bring your A game or there won't be another day. We've lived in that world all season long. So having the edge to us and knowing how to channel that energy into the right things, we're pretty good at that. I love that quote. And again, that's from 247. Look, this team has had their back against the wall since the first time they played the first game and lost. It felt like every single game there was that much on the line. And now that there's new life, they've been punching the mouse. And I'll tell you this team has faced a hell lot of adversity. I think you look at Coach Saban's past teams, every single team has adversity. This particular team, am I right? They've faced a lot of adversity. It's crazy. Like all the things that have happened that they've had to go through. The noise could not be louder in the world today, right? Every single thing is at your disposal, right? All the negative, all the positive. You got to be able to block out. I would probably be like, yo, no social media. We're focusing on the game, and that's it. That's impossible. Imagine all the stuff out there. Man, it'd be so tough to block out all the noise right now in this world. But you got to. All right. The current odds right now. This is on FanDuel, and I know a couple of different sites have it the other way, but right now on FanDuel, Alabama -1.5 against Oklahoma. Basically a pick 'em. I think if you go to like BetMG or other ones, I think it's Oklahoma -1. Basically a pick 'em. The over-under, that's the total points. It looks like that's kind of trending down. 40 points total expected. So what? 21-20? Is that the prediction? ESPN metrics have Bama 50%, basically a coin flip. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, we got playoffs, okay, next week. And I thought this week, I knew that this week would be busy. I just didn't anticipate it to be this action-packed with all sorts of stuff to go through. But I got you. I got you covered. We'll go over it line by line, and there's a lot of fan interaction today, so I need your help, okay? I need you to be inside the comment box. So the first thing that I'm asking you, before we get to kind of, all the stuff with DeBoer and Ty Simpson and all that sort of stuff, and I even have something that I want to ask you about Coach Saban, okay? So that's coming up. I need your confidence level going into the Oklahoma game, okay? And I just put two options to keep it simple, okay? Type A inside the comment box if you have high confidence, or type B inside the comment box if it's a little bit low, okay? Just one or the other. Go ahead and type in your confidence level going into this game against Oklahoma. I did put Jam Miller specifically on this graphic, because I do feel, and as I started to talk about it, and I was discussing this with my friend, one of my buddies yesterday, I do feel that if you get Jam Miller back and you're able to somehow figure out this running game, and I'm not saying run for 200 yards, I'm saying establish something. Because if you look at the stats, and I showed this on Wake Up Bama, Alabama moved the ball. Oklahoma's offense had so much trouble against Alabama's defense. And Alabama's offense had a lot of its success against Oklahoma's defense. I promise you they did. Okay, I if you want to, I'll go over it again. They were able to run the football. Daniel Hill actually had his best game against Oklahoma. Josh Cuevas had a great game against Oklahoma. Okay, Ty Simpson, I know it was the biggest interception that he's thrown all year, which was returned for an interception. He had a good game other than that. Okay, he did. 326 yards, I know, right? And as Ramajama inside the comment box, what's up, man? I appreciate you. He's like, -3 yards against anybody is completely unacceptable. 1,000,000%, okay? And a lot of that in college football is because when Ty is sacked, that, it goes backwards. But with that said, against Oklahoma, Daniel Hill had his best game. And if you get Jam Miller back, maybe you'll be able to get to kind of that midseason peak when Alabama was controlling the time possession. Maybe, right? And that's the biggest thing, and I get it. And I see you guys talking about Ryan Grubb inside the comment box, and I've had many videos about Ryan Grubb this week, and I've been calling him out. I think that he is honestly the biggest catalyst to why Alabama's offense is struggling. I think there's a lot of different things. I think a large portion of it is Ryan Grubb and his scheme. I think part of it is Ty Simpson's overall play. I think part of it is you don't have overly explosive running backs. And I think part of it is the Alabama offensive line isn't dominating. I think you add up all those things on top of the fact that wide receivers aren't catching passes, you don't have a good offense. Do I have to tell you? Like, surprise, if you can't do all those things, honestly, what is really going well for Alabama on offense right now? What? Is it the quarterback play? No. Is it the receiver play? No. Is it the offensive line? No. Is it the running backs? No. Is it the offensive play? No. It's nothing. And they are not matching the defense. So, I ask you for your confidence level, and after I said that, I might be typing in B myself. But damn, like what's the positive on offense? I'll wait. Yeah, I know. Okay. All right. So, but with that said, I still feel optimistic. Okay. I do. I do feel that the defense will be able to hold the rope. Okay. And something will happen on offense to where we get things going. I hope. Right. Defense will take you to championship games, to win championship games. But my goodness, we got to put some points on the board. I honestly, I can't. I'm trying to say something positive about the offense right now, and I'm like stumped that I can't. For real, crazy. All right, let's do some AM shoutouts real quick. I want to see who's up in the house. I appreciate you guys. Got a lot of people up in here today. We got North Alabama Storm Chase. Good to see you. I appreciate you very much for being here. And let's see if we can get you. Oh, there we go. Miss Kimberly, what's up? We got Max Tooney up in the house. We got the Projects. What's up, man? Good to see you. We got Beth James. We got Bruce Williams. We got Chris from New Jersey. We got Adam coming to us from Denver, Colorado. We got Miss Nicole. We got Miss Sarah. What's up? We appreciate you guys. We got Chad up in the house. We got Capstone Farms. We got Puggle Power. We got Wigan 53. We got Justin Pack 6546. We got my boy Todd Tipton. We got Reginald Green. What's up, man? I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. We got Bubba Wright. Bubba Wright, what's up, man? Good to see you. I don't know if you've gotten a shout out before, but good to see you inside the comment box. We got Young C. Thank you for always checking in. Miss Amanda Jane, what's up? Appreciate you being here. CC216, thank you very much. Aiden3695, what's up, my boy? I think I saw Jarvis up in the crib. What's up, Jarvis? You here? You present? Ryan Paris, what's up, man? Run the Table Sports, man. Always having my back for a long time. And everybody else inside the Undefeated. If I didn't give you a shout out, don't hold it against me. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people on here, but I appreciate you guys. My boy Q is up in here. What's up, Quincy? Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Messiah for Life, what's up? Coming 5280. That's what's up, man. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. And honestly, before I get going, I hope you guys have an amazing day. I get it. Sometimes life can be a little bit heavy during like this part of the year because you got a bunch of stuff going on. You got life. You just like a ton of stuff's going on. Just keep going, right? Just enjoy it. Don't get too busy that you can't appreciate this time of year as well. Because let's face it, this is also a really good time of year, right? You got the holiday season, you got family, but stuff's heavy. So stay where your feet are at. Enjoy your life. Number one thing. You got to enjoy your life. It's a short trip. Enjoy your life 100%. And I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. King's family, thanks for being here. All right. As you know, Sherrone Moore yesterday, he was fired at Michigan. All right. He's been the head football coach since 2023, took over for Jim Harbaugh, 16-8 overall. This past season, the Wolverines were 9-3. Okay, they're playing Texas on December 31st in a bowl game. All right, so yesterday he was fired for cause. He was arrested on the same day. It was very heavy. It kind of turned pretty dark if you kind of read into the details of what happened. Michigan does not owe him the buyout because he was fired for cause. So I think if, his buyout was like $13.9 million, they don't owe him that. So that kind of plays a part, I would imagine, in like what they do next because they have extra cash to work with. I will say this, though, and I do have to pull this up, okay? And I don't know all the particulars of all this stuff, but, I'm a human. I look at things and make observations. All right. last week, so it seems to me, would you agree with this? It seems to me like they knew that this was like going to happen, right? Like it just didn't all happen yesterday. It seemed like this was a kind of an investigation. It's been going on for a while before they pulled the trigger and fired him, okay? With that said, last Wednesday was signing day. So the timeline seems a little bit weird with them getting all their prospects signed and then firing the coach. I don't like that look. I don't know if anyone's brought that up. It seems weird, and I get it, though. College it is, at times it could be dirty in that aspect. But I was thinking about the timeline. I was like, yo, I don't know how I feel about that. Could you imagine if you just signed last Wednesday to be part of Michigan's class? And I think there's a rumor out there that Bryce Underwood, right, removed Michigan from his title tag of his Instagram. I don't know. Like, does that matter? Who knows? I don't know. Capstone Farm says that some of those kids that signed probably get, some opt-outs or whatever it is. I have no idea how that's going to work. See, but look, Justin says inside the comment box that Crane and Company said that Michigan has known about this since September. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, so J-Max has been it's been a very long investigation. So just kind of looking at the timeline. So before I talk about Coach Kalen DeBoer being a target for Michigan, right, let's look at some other targets that are on their board that might make more sense for Michigan. Okay, you got Jesse Minter. Remember a couple years ago, he was the defensive coordinator for Michigan. You remember him? He did a damn good job. I think he was the defensive coordinator when they beat Alabama in the Rose Bowl, if I'm not mistaken, right? You got Joe Brady. He was the offensive coordinator during 2019 when LSU was absolutely running things. He's currently the offensive coordinator with the Bills. Everybody brings up his name, right, for different types of jobs. Jed Fish, this is actually my front runner right here. I think Jed Fish will be the guy that goes to Michigan. That's my early prediction. Kenny Dillingham, he's got odds, but I don't think that Dillingham is ready for a job like this. Although I do like Kenny Dillingham. I love him. Yo, he's not politically correct. He's got a smart mind. He makes really good takes. He treats his players really well. Players want to play for him. I think he's one of the better minds coming up in college football. Kenny Dillingham, 100%. I think he's doing a fantastic job. Is he ready for a job like Michigan? Not yet, but good things to come, 100%. You got Lincoln Riley. I don't even know why Lincoln Riley was put on the board over here, in terms of the odds. He can't even win games at USC. How is he going to go to Michigan? Lincoln Riley, I think he's being paid the same amount as Coach Kalen DeBoer. For what? For what? It's crazy. I would have thought that he'd kind of already be on the hot seat at USC. To me, USC should be a much better football program yearly. USC should be up at the top 10 team every single year, right? They're kind of like, I don't know if they ever were a blue blood or whatever, but they should be. So in terms of, this is kind of the target board. Who do you guys, do you think it'll be any one of these guys? Does Minter make the most sense? Or does Jed Fish? I think if I had to go with either one, I'd go with Jed Fish or Minter. Football 09 still has Lincoln Riley as a good coach. Appreciate you, your feedback inside the comment box, right? So I don't know. Those are kind of some coaches that I saw. Okay, the latest odds. I don't want to freak you out, but I have to report on things as they're happening. Here we stand, okay? Heart to heart, hand in hand. Anybody know what that's from? All right. For Michigan's next head football coach, and this is Bet Online. Kalen DeBoer right now, I just did this morning. Kalen DeBoer 4-1. All right. Jesse Minter 5-1. Joe Brady 6-1. Fish 7-1. Jeff Brom 8-1. Dillingham 9-1. Lincoln Riley 9-1. You can see the rest. Ooh, even Brian DeBall, run the ball 10-1. Interesting. Marcus Freeman's on here too? Huh. There's no way Marcus Freeman leaves. So this is what we have for the latest odds. And I know everybody's like, is this realistic? Could Michigan land Kalen DeBoer? There was no way in hell, and I said this yesterday, that Coach was going to go from Bama to Penn State. No. There was no way. Michigan is a different story, I think. Michigan is a different story, okay? So I put the two programs head to head, and help me out here inside the comment box. All right, I'll start with Michigan on the right, and then I'll go with Bama on the left, just kind of like head to head. Clearly, they are both blue blood programs. Like, you think about college football historically, national championships, Michigan is 100% up there. I can't be like, no, they're not. Yes, they are. Okay, they're up there. They got an easy path to the college football playoffs. Easy. The Big Ten, what do they have every single year? They realistically really have like 3 good teams every year. It's kind of embarrassing, in my opinion, if you play in the Big Ten and you can't get to the college football playoffs. Who you got to beat? Who's the 4th best team? They got 3 good teams in there yearly. That's it. It's an easy conference to get into the playoffs. The SEC is so much harder, top to bottom. Okay? Michigan has massive money. Massive. And Alabama isn't broke at all. I promise you. They want a new golf course over here for the university. They want a sky rise for the university. I live here in Tuscaloosa. I see it all the time. The university is not broke at all, right? They're not scrounging up pennies. They do a good job being like, yo, we don't have anything. We're poor. They're not. They are not poor in the slightest, okay? The amount that the players are getting paid, the coaches are getting paid, they have billions, okay? So does Michigan. I think the pressure's lower at Michigan, right? I mean, look at what they've gone through with their last couple of coaches. And over here at Alabama, you think there's pressure? Yeah. You're coming after the greatest coach ever in the world that there's ever coached at the college football. And then I also threw this in there just because, I mean, who knows? But Courtney Morgan, it's his alma mater, right? And I think DeBoer and Courtney are super tight. I think Courtney follows Kalen wherever, and Kalen's leading kind of Courtney. But Courtney Morgan played at Michigan. He was the GM at Michigan, right? Yeah, and that, as JTL says, Michigan's biggest booster is the richest person on the planet, right? Amazon. So that's kind of Michigan. For Alabama head-to-head, the infrastructure is way better. It's way better here, okay? What Coach Saban built here, and to kind of build on that, the infrastructure is perfect. Top to bottom, organization, you come over here, more plug and play, 1,000,000%. Okay? The national spotlight, let's face it, ESPN is obsessed with Alabama. Anything Alabama is all over ESPN. It's the most important program to ESPN, period. Okay? You know that's true. They don't give a damn about even Georgia. Georgia barely makes ESPN, right? It's more Alabama football. National spotlight, period. Okay? The recruiting pipeline. Over here, look what they're doing recruiting. I thought, personally, that after Coach Saban left, recruiting would go downhill. No, it's gone nowhere because guess what? Bama built the NFL, and people still know, and recruits still know, and parents and handlers and everybody still knows that the direct path from Alabama goes right into the NFL. It's like a waterfall into the NFL, okay? You can say that for a lot of programs, but Alabama specifically. I mean, Coach Saban sent 133 guys to the league, and DeBoer sent some guys in the league recently as well. It's the deepest league, top to bottom, right? The SEC, you want to play with the best? You want to bang with the best? You're here. You're here. All the teams are good. The fan and the NIL support is solid here. Greg Byrne needs you to, reach in the pockets. You guys will do it. Fans will come through. All right, so that's kind of head-to-head. As you know, Sleeper is a sponsor of me, and I really appreciate them, and I wish you guys would support them as well. $20 when you download the app, right? Use the promo code TAILGATE. Get a $100 deposit match up to $100. The promo code is TAILGATE, and when you just download the app, you get $20. More or less picks, right? Is Ty Simpson going to throw for more than 250 yards? Yes or no? Is Alabama going to run for more than 5 yards? Yes or no? Yes or no, does Alabama run for more than 5 yards against Oklahoma? Just kidding. All right, so support Sleeper, available in 25 states. Terms and conditions apply. And we got a nice little super chat in here from my boy, Adam Lampello. Kyle, the only thing that might push him to leave is his family isn't happy in Tuscaloosa, and I heard that they aren't. If that's true, I think he stays because he doesn't want to be seen failing at Bama. He recently addressed this, and I appreciate the super chat. And look, I don't know if his family is happy or not. DeBoer recently said that they love it in Tuscaloosa, but what do you expect him to do? You expect Kalen DeBoer to be like, yo, we hate it here. We don't like it in Tuscaloosa. I'm serious. I wish it was colder. I wish, he can't say that. He has to say that he likes it here, whether he does or not. So I don't know. A lot of people point to kind of like Midwestern roots. That might be kind of a weak argument. I mean, think about where you're at in your career. Do you want to just go home just because it makes sense more for you culturally? Because you like the weather a little bit more? I don't know. You got a good gig, you stick it out. I appreciate the super chat, though, man. Thank you so much, Adam. That's a big super chat. Thank you. Do we get 3 more of those? 4 more of those? All right, so I need some interaction right here, okay? This is the job, period, right? Like in college football, is there, like, I guess maybe like Ohio State would be up there. Like, what is the main job in college football? Like the top job? I still think it's Alabama. I think maybe Ohio State. I think some people might say Texas, right? But this is the job. This is a once-in-a-lifetime job. I think Michigan, yeah, it's up there, but this is the job. And as I explained, the foundation, right? The foundation here is so solid. Think about the last 2 recruiting classes that Coach Kalen DeBoer has. Yo, the class, like the freshman and sophomore year, you want to bounce on that? You might get a couple people to follow you, but think about the freshmen that are here just now. Think about the sophomores, right? Do I have to tell them, right? Name some sophomores that are competing at a very high level. What about the freshmen? Dejon Lee, Michael Carroll, right? Lazier Brooks, London Simmons, Justin Hill. Look at the sophomores, Xavier Brown, right? A lot of those sophomores in that class, in that freshman group, that's kind of like what you're layering on. I know Ryan Williams going through his stuff. He's a sophomore, right? So kind of that first 2 class that he built, is solid. Michigan throws an incredible amount of money to him. He bounces. And like I said, it's an easier path to the college football playoff. So I have to ask you, inside the comment box, do you think that he stays or do you think he goes? Type A if you think he stays at Alabama, and type B if you think he goes. Go ahead inside the comment box. I personally think that the way that this shakes out, this is serious. This is more serious than anything with Penn State, okay? Like, Penn State was never going to happen. That was like a pipe dream for Penn State, okay? And I see a lot of feedback inside the comment box, Phil, that Coach Kalen DeBoer does stay. That's kind of where I'm trending as well. I think at the end of the day, and I said this and people got mad, I was like, if anything happens, Coach Kalen DeBoer gets a little bit more money. And people were like, for what? For what? Okay, how about this? He's 10-2, right? At the end of the regular season, he reached the SEC championship game, right? He had 8 consecutive wins. He won 4 games against top 25 teams. He's beaten Kirby Smart, right? Twice. Like, if you add on all those things, I get it. A loss here for Bama is devastating. It just is, okay? Coach Saban barely lost. It was a different era. Like, you're going to lose more games in this climate, in my opinion. The recruiting, Byron points out, has been outstanding. So it's like, yeah, people are like, well, what has he done? All of that. All of that. And it's all overshadowed because of where we're at, but he's done a damn good job. I get it. People are like, his offense, isn't like it, it's not where it's supposed to be this year. Well, neither was the defense, and look where the defense is this year, right? Capstone points out that he could be, kind of labeled, a quick lever. I don't know, like someone who jumps. I think it's cutthroat. I don't think people care what. I think in this, at that level, you just do whatever's best for you, and that's it. People are going to complain. You just, whatever, bro. Sam with the super chat says this: the only way I see him leaving is because of our crazy fans always complaining about every single thing. And that's the fandom. I mean, the scrutiny that you're going to be under here, there's so much pressure here. Think about it. I mean, we're still getting through the loss in the SEC title game. People's standards here are championship. Right now, I think we're like getting the playoffs and we're happy. That's how fans are here. I think there's way less pressure at Michigan. Roy inside the comment box. Let's see what he has to say. He says this: if he loses 3 times to Oklahoma, he can leave on Saturday. And that's how people feel too. And think about this. If they lose to Oklahoma, Brett Venables will be 3-0 against Coach Kalen DeBoer, which is kind of mind-blowing to think about, right? Scott inside the comment box says this: this might be controversial, but if Michigan offers him $13 to $15 million per year, I don't believe we can match that. Whether we like it or not, this team is soft, but always roll tide. And that's what I'm thinking. I think that if Michigan goes after Coach Kalen DeBoer for $15 million per season, I think that might be a wrap. That would make him the highest paid coach in all of college football. Kirby's making 14. Lane's making, 13? No, I think they're each making 13. So you put Kalen DeBoer at 14 or 15, whatever it is, and you're like, yo, here you go. 15 for 10. And you stack it. It's wild to think that these coaches are making that much money, but here we are. I mean, think about it. Kurt Cignetti is making 11.6. He's making more than Coach Kalen DeBoer right now. I don't know if you could match that. I don't know. Maybe. That's a lot of cheddar. Appreciate the super chat, by the way. Thank you so much, Scott. I appreciate it. Thank you. We got another big super chat in from Adam. I appreciate it, Adam. Thank you so much, man. Kyle, do you think Coach Kalen DeBoer's personality is the right fit for Bama? It seemed to be pressing lately, like from the sideline demeanor, the 4th and 2 call from the 10. And I think it finishes out by saying, do you think the job might be too much for him? I think that what we've seen from Coach Kalen DeBoer has been a clear metamorphosis from he's changing, he's adapting more into the system. Did he have the right kind of culture fit immediately? Hell no. No, not at all. He was definitely too soft. That was all true. But he's changing a little bit, right? Like we've seen him come out of the tunnel, fired up, hit the pad. He's starting to feel a little bit more at home here. We're starting to embrace him a little bit more. There's always going to be a disconnection, I think. But I do feel a lot of that is just because he just does it, at least from like his interviews and kind of the surface level, it doesn't seem like he's as hardcore as we want. Let's face it. We all came from like an old school coaching background, right? We're used to people coaching us hard, right? Like if you don't, like we're used to like our grandparents, our parents, like, you don't get it right, get it done. You're grounded. We're not used to like, hey, it's okay. Don't worry. You know what I'm saying? But I think he is kind of finding that a little bit. That's a damn good question. Now, the 4th and 2 call from the 10, yeah, that was definitely questionable. the play call, right? I mean, that's a whole different video. But I appreciate it. Thank you, Adam Lappel. Thanks for hooking me up today. Appreciate it. Okay, so I think the final assessment for everybody inside the comment box is that he will stay, right? And Michigan, yeah, I'm sure they'd be happy to get him. We'll see how it comes down to here in the next couple weeks. We'll find out. All right, so I got to move to this. All right. And this is on, and I got something on Saban that I want to ask you here in just about 10 minutes, okay? So I got something coming, and I need your attention. I need your help. All right, so is Ty Simpson, is this guy hurt? Let's figure it out once and for all. Is this guy hurt, okay? Yes or no? And if he is, like, if so, then why haven't we seen Austin Mack or Keelan Russell? Why? Like every single guy that's been injured this year, this is why I'm not buying it. Because every single guy that's been hurt, they've been subbed out. Why would we be playing Ty with the bulging disc or broken ribs? That's what's out there right now. I just got like some info and they're like, yo, his ribs are cracked. And it's hard for me to buy that because I'm like, we got 2 quarterbacks that are capable, right? Because that signals to me, if they're not playing, then they don't have confidence in these guys. And it's the same exact thing. This is what's terrifying to me. Is this the same exact thing that's happening last year when we were all calling for a different quarterback and we never saw one? Remember? We were like, all right, Citrus Bowl, Milrose followed, right? He's flourished. He's done. And they just kept him in. Even through the Citrus Bowl, we're like, it's raining, finally. Nothing. We never saw another quarterback. Man, it is the craziest thing that each of the quarterbacks around October within the last 2 seasons started going the opposite way. I don't know if it's a coincidence or like what the hell's going on, but when I look at the stats, I'm like, man, like what happened? So my question for you inside the comment box is this. Is he injured? Yes or no? Type A for yes, type B for no. And let's read out this comment real quick. Mr. says this, Jalen has a business decision to make if Ty stays. Oh, Kalen. All right. You said Kalen. All right. Kalen has a business decision to make. If Ty stays, we lose Keelan Russell. Play into the injury for Ty or play Keelan Russell. Win-win. He balls out. He's a starter and Ty leaves. Because now what's out there, and I appreciate the message inside the comment box. And now people are starting to ask this question. I know you guys see it out there too. Is this guy coming back? Is the same thing that happened last year. And I just saw on a mock draft that I think Ty's supposed to go like 28th or something like that. So I personally think, kind of going back to this slide, is people are honestly, I feel that because Alabama fans are so protective of their players, and I know this might make people uncomfortable, but I think people are making up excuses for him. I think fans are like, because they like him. They love the person that he is, right? Outside of football, he's a leader, right? And they're like, and so people came up with this, and they're like, yo, he's hurt, right? And they're like protecting him. Why wouldn't they play somebody else at quarterback? Their coaches, their job is on the line. He's just not performing well. Let's just face it. Can he get out of this? I think so. But he's not performing well. I know it hurts because you're like, damn, come on. He's got to be hurt. That's why he's not performing well. No, he's just not performing well. And people are protecting him. That's it. Okay? He has showed no signs of being hurt. It would be so irresponsible for DeBoer and Grubb to send a quarterback out there with a bulging disc and broken ribs and whatever else he has to keep playing. They wouldn't do that. Come on. They're giving him an opportunity to dig out of this slump. That's it. And this rumor came up, in my opinion, to protect him from his poor play. That's it. I know, but I don't think he's hurt. I saw him take some major hits this year, but the dude is tough. He's popped up every single time. He got hit against Missouri. He got hit against Oklahoma. He got hit by Auburn 10 times in the face, right? He got hit 10 times in the leg by Georgia, right? So like Rocket Town, what's up, dog? Says Chris Lowe believes he's hurt. Chris Lowe has a good scoop, but I mean, then that's irresponsible on Coach Kalen DeBoer and Ryan Grubb for not putting someone else in. Or that says that they don't have confidence in Austin Mack and Keelan Russell, period. And we don't have a lot of data points about these other quarterbacks other than to just go off most recently Eastern Illinois, where, let's face it, the offense moved a lot better under Austin Mack. And that's another controversial subject because I know people want Keelan Russell to start ahead of Austin Mack. But I'll tell you what, when Austin Mack came in that second series, go watch it yourself, he was balling out of control. Q was saying that he's definitely hurt as well inside the comment box. So I just think then, I mean, if he's hurt, then I find it really strange that they're not playing another quarterback. That's actually alarming if he's hurt and they're not playing another quarterback. Crazy. All right, so on to Nick Saban, all right? Do you think, let me ask you this. I started thinking about this. Do you think that there's any chance in hell that if Coach Kalen DeBoer somehow takes this Michigan job and this happens, like it goes down, right? Do you think that there's any chance that Coach Saban somehow comes back to coach at Alabama? I was thinking about it. People are asking me, and I was like, I don't know. So why go over these notes? Would he come back? Type A for yes, type B for no. And that's Coach Saban coming back in some emergency situation. A for yes, B for no. Okay. All right. Reasons he comes back. He already lives here. Okay. We live in different neighborhoods, but he don't live far from me. He's already being paid by the university. Right? He already has an office here. Recruits already know him. Right? You know what I was thinking about? And everybody's saying B, so people are not thinking that coach comes back. But you know what was crazy? Who came in to pinch hit when Coach Kalen DeBoer had to step out for Keelan Russell's family? I don't know if he was around. Right? But he came in. We got pictures of him with Crowell and Sedarian Morgan. I'm telling you, it'd be crazy if he came back, right? You're talking about like breaking the internet. The reasons why I don't think that it makes sense, and I'm kind of more on this, I'm with you guys. It's a pipe dream. I mean, come on. We have the best coach in the world, just like he's already here. I don't think he comes back, all right? And I think kind of right now where Coach Saban is he's absolutely flourishing and living his best life as an analyst. But I think, this is my prediction, I do feel that Coach Saban takes college football to another level. And hopefully he saves college football. And I still really think, like deep down in my heart, this is why he left, is to make moves to try to fix college football the best that he could. And what I mean by that is look at college football as a glance, at a glance right now. It's terrible. It's exciting for sure. This is the most exciting, like kind of drama sort of stuff, tabloidy stuff that we've ever had, right? All these coaching changes, this and that. But nothing is organized. And when things are not organized, in my opinion, they don't run effectively, right? The conferences are all misaligned. Some teams aren't even in the conference. The playoffs are chosen by a committee. You know what I'm saying? Like it's completely chaotic with college football. I strongly feel we need somebody like Coach Saban that's rational enough and that's experienced enough and that has wisdom enough to be able to come and fix college football. So I strongly feel that college football needs a commissioner. And I think that if there was one man for that job, I strongly feel it would be Coach Saban. So I think that's kind of the direction that he goes. And then, maybe the other thing would be like some sort of weird contract where he can't coach because he's with ESPN, whatever the case is. I think that that's kind of my take. Let's see what K-Spray has to say. K-Spray, what's up, man? Appreciate you being here. Hey, Kyle, isn't Michigan's AD on the ropes too? What if Coach Kalen DeBoer and Greg Byrne go? I don't know about their AD kind of being on the ropes. I know we listened to him a couple times because I think he was on the college football playoff committee. That would be crazy. Can you imagine that? What if Greg Byrne and Coach Kalen DeBoer dipped out? I didn't even think about that. That would be absolutely that would hurt. Because look, Greg Byrne, he's gonna get. I think, to be honest, he's done a pretty good job. And the one area I go with Greg Byrne is, who brought in Nate Oates? You know what I'm saying? Who brought in Kalen DeBoer? And the thing about it is nobody wants, like, people are like, nah, I don't want DeBoer, this and that. Okay, well, why do other programs want him? And then you're going to want him. You know what I'm saying? Right now, as you know, this game coming up on Friday is kind of a pick'em game. And as we look to the playoff X factors, can you all add another playoff X factor inside the comment box? I'm going to probably take Jeff Allen off, but I need to add somebody else in his place. And when I did this, about a week ago, I was, Jeff Allen's on there because he's helping guys get, up to speed. There's tons of guys that are banged up during this time of year after playing 13 games. This is an NFL type schedule, right? So give me another X factor that I can replace Jeff Allen with. Because right now, these are my guys. I got Ryan Grubb. This is tremendous. And same thing with Ty. Each of these guys definitely in a funk. Everyone's mad at Ryan Grubb. They're questioning his play calling ability. We even heard Mike McDonald. We don't know if that quote was directed towards him, but it sure as hell sounded like it. Okay? It sounded like he was like, man, Grubb just calls plays to call him. So, Ryan Grubb, we need you, bro. I've been calling for you. I've been really hyped up about you for a long time. Need to see you come with it in the playoffs. And again, it's like nothing fancy, man. Just like, hey, it's 3rd and 2. You don't have to overthink it. Run up to the line, under center, 2 yards. Get the first down. Sometimes it's not about explosive plays. Football's a game of just moving the sticks, right? Get a first down. Get another first down. Get another one. Take a shot. Get another first down. Get another first down. Pretty soon you're in the red zone. Like, can we get back to that time of possession and controlling the game? Ryan Grubb, we need you, bro. Ty Simpson, whether you're hurt or not, we need you to come with it, man. No turnovers. And I still have confidence in this guy. I really do. And I have and it's crazy because I do have confidence in him still. Like, I don't think that he's hurt. I think he's just in his head. I think he can get, the offense going somehow, some way. Last time he cooked versus Oklahoma. You're talking about 326 yards, right? Very effective. And then Coach Kalen DeBoer, he's got a lot of decisions to make. And I say that not because of this whole Michigan stuff that has popped up. That sort of stuff is like outside noise and stuff that's kind of away from it. But I think Coach Kalen DeBoer really has some decisions to make about the quarterback position. Because, look, this is big boy football. And I think, like, at a point like this, if Ty is struggling by halftime, let me ask you, if Ty is struggling by the halftime break, I'm talking like struggling to me means like maybe he's throwing an interception, less than, 100 yards. Things are just not really moving. Do you think that Coach Kalen DeBoer should make a quarterback change? Yes or no? Please sound off inside the comment box. And I'm not hoping that happens, but I think like we're at the point in time where the back is against the wall. He just said his back is against the wall for the, entire season. But you need something to start up a spark on the offensive side. Because I have all the confidence in the world on the defense. Right? Andy points out Jeff Allen is the best in the business. 100%, man. So I think that decisions, not the Michigan stuff. I'm talking about decisions with your quarterback. I'm talking decisions with Ryan Grubb. And I think you might have to have a heart-to-heart with Ryan Grubb sometime this week, today, or, whenever it is, and you sit down, you're like, hey, man, look, ever since you moved down to the sidelines, it's kind of been more of the same. I think you need to go up to the sidelines or to the box, and let's recreate what we did during that stretch when we were able to win 8 in a row. What were we doing during that point in time? And to be honest, it's simple. It was controlling the time of possession. It was efficient football. You had a little bit of a running game, right? You had a couple gadget plays in there, but now we're calling gadget plays seems like just to call them. No more gadget type stuff, okay? Mike G says, Michigan can have Grubb. All right, so someone pointed out playoff X factor. Someone pointed Josh Cuevas. Who else we got for playoff X factors? We got anybody else? Anna says that I need to be in coach. I coached for a while. I did. High school football players. It was amazing. It was probably one of my best. It was a great point in my life because coaching is about mentoring, right? and being able to be a mentor for some of these players. I still get messages from players that I coached, 20 years ago that hit me up. I do. And if you're a coach out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's crazy because if you think about this, if you make an impact on just one person's life, just one, that's all for it. But imagine when you coach, you're coaching, many different young men, young women, whatever sport you're coaching. Ramajama points out Ryan Williams. We got also LT Overton. That's a very good one as well. Run the Table Sports. Let's see what he says. Keep them right there on the field where they can interact. So you want Grubb on the sideline? Yeah, maybe that's not that big of a deal. London, what's up, man? Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. JB says special teams got to show up. Hell yeah, 100%. Hey, Righteous Rocks, thanks for the gas up, man, inside the comment box. I appreciate it. Let's see. Case inside the comment box says, I believe we can win with the backup quarterback. Man, we just haven't seen these guys play, right? Bet James says Ty does have more like a scared look on his face. I don't know if I've noticed that, but I'll definitely look. He's probably worried. They got to win. He said, he was like, you'll remember for what you do in November. Thank goodness they beat Auburn, right? Wayne says, if Ty Simpson was hurt, then the coaches would have put someone else on the field. Wayne, I'm on the same page with you, dog. Let's see. Rhonda says the doctor was working on Ty's back on the sideline, right? Come down, give him a quick little adjustment, right? And who goes to the chiropractor? Are chiropractors good, yes or no? I've been to a chiropractor before, but are there people that go to like chiropractors like regularly? Do they work? I don't know. Cracking the bones is crazy to me, right? Whatever's going on, there's nothing like getting your neck. There's nothing out of this world than having your neck adjusted, right? It seems like you're just like one crack away from just end of life. All right, the X Factor is a 2 tight end set. What's up, Andy? Good to see you, bro. Yeah, and too bad Danny Lewis never got healthy. You know what I'm saying? Danny Lewis never played this whole year, unfortunately. But having Josh Cuevas, I think that's definitely one. London says Ryan Williams is transferring to Auburn. You think Ryan Williams transfers to Auburn in exchange for Cam Coleman? You think it would just be like a 1-for-1? Oh, man. All right. Let's see. Not a fan of chiropractors. Never been. I don't know. Yeah, sometimes just getting an adjustment like that seems a little dicey. Jeffrey, what's up, man? The moment is too big for Ty. If he truly is banged up, that is on the coaches for not getting other guys reps. Case in point, SEC championship game. What's up, Mister? Says the X Factor will be A.K. Deere, Williams, and Russell. Yeah. I know Dano's like all these places Ryan Williams transferring to because he was supposed to transfer to LSU, right, with Lane Kiffin. Yo, I'm telling you, these rumors get hot and they get cooking, and then they're just off to the races. And I kind of know when I have to make a video about kind of one of these rumors to like debunk it is like when my parents call, because they're in their 60s. So they'll be like, yo, did you see that Ryan Williams is going to LSU? And I'm like, nah, he's not going to LSU. He's going to Texas. Just kidding. All right, fam. I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys had a good show today. Thank you so much for kicking it with me right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Live every single day, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Central Time. And as major news happens, I also got a Facebook channel. You guys, please go to the Facebook channel. And I'm thinking about I'm thinking about ideas for like because I started like a Patreon and not too long ago. Or have like a members only, here. I don't know. I would like to do, I was thinking about adding a Patreon where I could maybe upload the videos and there'd be no ads on them. I don't know. I'm always thinking about different things, but I really appreciate you guys for supporting me as a content creator right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Honestly, I really do. And it's been good to get to know a lot of you and to have the interaction. And one of the things that I always say is, come with it inside the comment box. Like if you don't appreciate, like if you don't agree with like something I say, that's okay. Like I promise you, I want to see where different things are coming from, right? I'm not prideful enough to just stand on something and that's it. Like I want to understand. And I'll definitely, like, I'm grown enough to be able to sleep on things, right? To make like a decision on how I feel about, a quarterback adjustment or playoffs or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? As you get older, you realize a good night's rest will help you think a lot clearer. All right. So I appreciate you guys one more time. News as it happens right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Stay blessed. Enjoy your life. And news as it happens right here on Bama Football on YouTube. I'm going to track the news as it happens. It's always fluid. And, I got you covered. Have a beautiful Thursday. Remember, tomorrow is a call-in show right here on Bama Football on YouTube at 10 a.m. Central Time. Stay blessed. Catch you at Wake Up Bama, 4 a.m. Another podcast dropping as always. And enjoy your day. Catch you soon right here on Bama Football on YouTube. See you, fam.